What's up, everybody? It's your host, Jean Cross, for the NoXqsis Video Show. We're here at Bobby Dodd Stadium at Georgia Tech. I'm here today to put you on some new music, hot inspirational music, some music that you can listen to any time of the day. Let's get this thing started. First video, Lecrae, Church Close. Check it out.
Who's this kid, man? I know a lot of y'all never heard of Lecrae, but he's so more than your favorite rapper.
What's going on? You dig that? I'm Kendrick Lamar. So Lecrae.
Yo, what's going on? Shout out to my man Don Cannon. Shout out to my man Lecrae. We already got it in for the cypher. Now we gotta get in the studio and make something pop. You know.
South by Southwest. On with my man Lecrae, man.
Hey, look. Hey, look.
Yeah. One time for H time. One time for D time. One time for A time. M time. Yeah, R.I.P. to Mega Evers, R.I.P. to Dr. Kane. I ain't tryna hate on my own kind, but Al and Jesse don't speak for me. I'm probably gonna catch some flack, man, but I'ma swallow this pill like Pac-Man. Some of these folks won't tell the truth, too busy trying to get them racks, man. Church trying to rob my paychecks, choir members probably having gay sex, pastor manipulating hurting women. I wonder which he's gonna slay next. Bookstore pimping them hope books, like I don't know how broke looks, and telling me that I'm gonna reap a meal if I sow into these low crooks. Plus I know old girl a freak. Now how she singing a solo? I walked in the church with a snapback and they telling me that that's a no-no. That's backwards and I lack words for these actors called pastors. All these folks is hypocrites and that's why I ain't at church. Truthfully, I'm just doing me and I don't want to face no scrutiny. As long as the church keep wilding out, I can justify all my foolish deeds. Smoking weed, pulling up, keep that lean up in my cup. Maybe I could change the world, but the porn on my laptop got me stuck. Yeah, I know what's right from wrong, but that there ain't gon' sell a song. I'd rather sell my soul than save it, if that's what make my money long. It better not be no real God, but real hope that heals hearts. It shows me that I ain't living up to all the things that he put me here for. It better not be no real church, real saints who pray hard and let me rock my snapback with the 501s in the J zone. It better not be no real folk who don't think that they better than you. Straight or gay, drunk or high, they walk through the cold, whether with you. Nah, we don't wanna see that, cause that might mean life change. That might mean I'm worth more than money, car, sex, and pipe dreams. Better not be no real Jesus, real forgiveness for hurt folks. If God gon' take me as I am, I guess I already got on my church clothes. Hey, look. Hey, look.
For the virtuous women, living their lives the way God has intended, keeping their bodies on lock for marriage and carriage. Gotta have a ring before you have it. I'm rapping for my virtuous ladies, waking up in the morning praying daily. You let your light shine when it's shady. In love, you keep your cool no matter what the day brings. It's time to step about the closet. Rise up strong like an army. Live loud, let your voice be heard. Jesus is the truth, spread the word. I'ma say it again. It's time to step up out the closet. Rise up strong like an army. Live loud, let your voice be heard. Jesus is the truth, spread the word. Let me hear you say, I'm rapping for virtuous living. It's time to rise far above the times we live in. Unashamed brothers who ain't afraid to love one another, and if they fall down they'll recover, providing for their kids and for their wives they are covered. I'm seeing all the unashamed men who ain't afraid to tell the world they're I can't be scared, love lives in me. So it's time for everybody to rise up. Understand that Jesus is wiser. Living life in him and through him, yup, it's so much better, 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 better. With Jesus, you can do all things, no matter what this life may bring. Be the light, ain't nothing in the world more better, 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 better. I'm rapping for virtuous living. It's time to rise for above the times we live in. I'm not afraid, you're not afraid. We ain't afraid to live out loud. I'm rapping for virtuous living. It's time to rise for above the times we live in. Won't be quiet, won't stay silent. Let's get violent, live out loud.
You need something real. Just fools go. Yeah. That ain't treasure, that's trash. And I know it look nice, I know it look nice, but that's a rip-off. For that price, that ain't treasure, that's trash. Cause it ain't never gonna last.
Hey homie, I hope you got the fire extinguisher, cause I'm about to set this booth on fire. West side.
Yeah, you spend your time trying to get your claws on. Yeah, that stuff when we get to heaven, we gon' walk on. Yeah, the problem, baby, our heart is never satisfied. Clothed in righteousness to still have a naked eye. I struggle, my heart always wants more. The only Christ they see on me is Christian Dior. I was a slave to fashion. See my chains, Ralph Lauren and Air Hardy won my master's name. Washed by the Father, stay clean. I can still be tight without the skinny jeans. I got eternal swag, that's the new fashion. I see clearly now through my sunglasses. I know some sisters who stay shining. You can ask Pearl or ask Diamond. The real treasure I'm filled with. I know it's deep, I hope you can dig this. Yeah, baby, that ain't never gonna last. That's just fools go. Yeah. Treasure, that's trash. And I know it look nice, I know it look nice, but that's a rip-off. For that price, that ain't treasure, that's trash. Cause it ain't never gonna last. Yeah, I know it looks nice, but that won't last.
Listen, employees only. I'm employed.
I can't front, I like nice kicks and new clothes. I like giving old school records new flows. I like money that I make when I do shows. But when I abuse those, they fools go. Now let me tell you what I mean. I could make something good, a God thing. Woo. Turning my wants into needs. Holding on to perishing means as supreme. It seems people want pleasure for a season instead of seeking the God who's eternally pleasing. For some reason I thought that I wouldn't be lonely if I had women out on me. I couldn't buy joy with the paper. My good deeds never bought God's favor. Found my currency faulty. I'm so glad that the Christ came and bought me. Living that real. Yeah, baby, that ain't never gonna last. That's just fools go. Yeah, that ain't treasure, that's trash. And I know it look nice, I know it look nice, but that's a rip-off. For that price, that ain't treasure, that's trash. Cause it ain't never gonna last.
So, in the studio, we're actually in Oakland. Me and Mr. Amisho Baraka. Showed him a new record. It's called Fool's Gold, and he wrote in the studio, and we got it laid down. So,
Man, it's my first song with Andy. I'm excited, bro.
Came out well.
Even though it's not a real song, well, it's a real song, but it's not being sold. So I think he kind of. I'm just hoping to see if I'm gonna be on a real album. That's all I'm saying. And this brother can actually sing. I'm a little shy. Little vocal.
Put the tunes on it. Put a
little sauce on it. Fool's Gold.
Fool's Gold, that's what it is. Hope y'all enjoy it, man. Peace.
You need something real. Yeah, baby, that ain't never gonna last. That's just fools go. Yeah, that ain't treasure, that's trash.
Who's holding you? You got a lot of fools gold. Ha! You got a lot of fools gold. That ain't the real stuff. That's a lot of fake stuff. That's all the fake.
Like I said earlier, my name's John Cross. I'm a student at Georgia Tech. I'm a senior. I'm also a football player. I play defensive end for the football team. Playing football for Georgia Tech has its ups and its downs. You got to go through the same thing that every student here is going through, which which is hard, strenuous classwork, but you also have to come in night and day to get as much reps at your profession, which you do. My position is defensive line, so I have to do as many drills as I can, work out, try to get on my quickness, and do everything that it takes to become a better football player. My plans with football is to pursue my career and play professionally. Then after that, be able to have myself a situation that I can do any and everything that I can to help the community, help children prosper in life, and have a better opportunity. Right now we have a video short about Mark Arthur's new single titled Attractive. Check it out.
What's going on? Mark Arthur out here in Las Vegas with Film by H, man Hassan Muhammad. We're shooting this music video for the song Attractive. The song basically is a comparing contrast verse. It's a comparing and contrasting what's really attractive, those that are carnal things versus those that are spiritual things, those that hold more value, those things that are of Christ and of the cross. We're out here in Vegas because the nickname of the city, being Sin City, I figured what better place as far as imagery to show things that are over the top and exceeding when it comes to carnality and things of this world. So I'm definitely going to use a lot of the imagery with definitely some restraint, but nonetheless we wanted to definitely show when it came to showing the things that are carnal. I figured what better place than Vegas, you know what I'm saying? And there are a lot of other things here also that we have in order to contrast the carnal things with those things which are spiritual and of more substance and value. Definitely got my man H and his family, my man Corey, his family. I got some family footage also, and then we got some other things on the other side of Vegas that a lot of people don't see. That doesn't make the news and that doesn't make the movies. So that's basically why I'm out here, and so far so good. Coming together well, so hopefully when it pops up and debuts, it'll be on all the sites, but it's going to debut first on West Coast Fire. Shout out to my man P-Dub, but more sooner than later, you'll probably see it everywhere. So other than that, stay tuned. MarkArthurOnline.com. Let's go. Twitter.com. Mark Arthur at Film by H. Twitter / Film by H. Also got my man Jay Gibbons out here. Shout out, cameo in the video. And other than that, man, we're just trying to stay busy. All right?
Believers must be lavish in the time and effort they put into developing their Christian lives. Not being satisfied with getting by on the minimum, but striving to achieve the finest and the most attractive production. It says the Christian is duty-bound, or rather love-bound, to offer the world the best possible advertisement of what God's grace can do.
Cry broken, or willing to die, hoping, hyped about our life, reconciled through Christ. See, the mere name heals severe pain. Get with this as we prepare our nets to fish. You should listen to the clash, live it like it's your last. Sweat with some remorse, but no regrets. Cause if life's a game, then tell me, can you manage? But we play with a home court advantage, yeah. Chasing life without the grace of Christ, just cope to the pain that's gonna remain calm. Cause with no sleep, we willing to go deep to teach. Now I preach what I try to deny. Only a man can see he can't give. Attracted to a fantasy that he can't live with. Pumping the rock, even if punching the clock pays great. But that's why we come early and stay late. You taste to see, you yearn to be free. Cause the easy way out is
attractive.
He provides true freedom, cause me and you need him. That in itself is
attractive.
Taste the seeds of faith and not deeds. Grace and mercy is
attractive.
Every day getting better, nobody lives forever anyway.
His glory's attractive.
out if you can. There is a doubt for a man holding on to the things that are out of your hands. You can attempt to blame, going against the grain in order to swing the natural order of things. We should fall to the flow, cause we all gotta go. It's hard to stash gold, credit cards, and cash. Stop wondering why there still is a game, till you become numb from not feeling the pain. You died trying to get as sick you can't split and grab, holding on to things you can't have. Sight for sore eyes, men get drawn in. We had to be real with the natural appeal. Driving the point home, sow it into your heart. There's more to stress, and 4 bars or less with a life in mind. Preoccupied with God, get caught trying to learn the things that we taught. Yeah, taste and see, you yearn to be free, cause the easy way out is attractive. He provides true freedom, cause me and you need him. That in itself is attractive. Taste the seeds of faith and not deeds. Grace and mercy is attractive. Every day getting better, nobody lives forever anyway. Hey, hey. We hate to disperse, making a bad situation worse. Bound by things, let me see if he's free. Touring the world, the allures of a girl, but that's the cost you pay when you lost your way. Can you hear what I feel? Does it clearly appeal, or is it senseless? Stimulating your senses. The bravest men become slaves to sin and start talking on matters that are off the cuff. Are you cold to the hole or burning with stress? Disciple, so we can learn from the best. Found your place to stray. Is it safe to say that we've gone blind since the dawn of time? Faced with the nerve, want our case to be heard. Redemption and grace to his word. Taking our best while we giving you more. That's why we live and give nothing less than we did before.
In him we have redemption through his blood, the forgiveness of sins according to the riches of his grace. Is this attractive to you? Are you attracted to the lures of this world, this life?
Taste and see, you yearn to be free, cause the easy way out is attractive. He provides true freedom, cause me and you need him. That in itself is attractive. Taste the seeds of faith and not deeds. Grace and mercy is attractive. Every day getting better, nobody lives forever anyway. Hey, hey. Taste and see, you yearn to be free, cause the easy way out is attractive. He provides true freedom, cause me and you need him. That in itself is attractive. Taste the seeds of faith and not deeds. Grace and mercy is attractive. Every day getting better, nobody lives forever anyway. Hey, hey.
Break out of these 4 walls. Don't be afraid of what they'll say about you. No. Break out of these 4 walls and do exactly what God told you to do. Yes. Break out of these 4 walls. You're not the same as you were back then. So find the strength within to break out. Break out. Yeah, break out. Break out. Break out. Break out of these 4 walls. walls. 'Cause giving up is not an option. No, no it isn't, no. Break out of these four walls. You've got the King of salvation. Yes. Break out of these four walls. Don't you know the end of time is near? Push through your fears and tears. Oh, and break out. Break out. Break out. Break You've got no one else to blame if you keep the power of your destiny contained. Sometimes much is in a little, so be free from people.
Yeah, juice it. All day, juice it. All day, juice it. Rock with us. It's about time I reboot it. If you're talking sugar foods, I refuse it. Need fruit in my system. Lean on the one to bear fruit, then I listen to understand how to break cycles. Only way I can see light is in the Bible. Yeah, cause fat is a stronghold. If you store sin, it can lock you in a chokehold. Break loose and breathe out. Need to drop all this weight and just be out. I'm walking in purpose. I'm juicing, so I'm living on purpose. Kiwi and orange juice is cool with me. I'm making sure I improve my immunity. Cool kids that be known as the outsiders. Juicing instead of drinking like the insiders.
Fortifying power is the juice.
All day, juicing.
Keeping me focused is the juice.
Juicing.
Giving me endurance is the juice.
Yeah, juicing.
Helps me to stay stable, it's the juice.
Juicing. So I gotta have veggies. I need greens and I like mine zesty. I ain't messing with the deviled eggs. I ain't looking at the deviled eggs. Got the bread of life. It's a daily fight. Gotta keep it tight, And I see the light. And I like the way my pants are all loose and consistent. And I gotta stay juicy. I don't really care what haters say, cause I just live fresh. I don't really have to live like you, cause I just live fresh. I trust God to help me to overcome the cravings for the candy and bubble gum. Cool kids that be known as the outsiders. Juicing instead of drinking like the insider.
Good looks. What you got?
No, I got some of this wine punch, you know, this fruit punch.
Man, fruit punch? You got the Sunny Delight? Can you see these ingredients in this joint?
Man, that's juice. Got the oranges on the cover, got that vitamin C.
Man, this ain't no vitamin C. You got cornstarch, corn syrup, sugar. Man, this ain't no juice. Look at this.
Helps me to stay stable, it's the juice.
That was Applejacks featuring Granger. I want to help families, lower income families that are not necessarily in the best situation or are in lower class, not necessarily middle class or of course the upper level living. I want to give them an opportunity to show their talents and show that if they have help, if they have support, they can be just as good as any other child around. Now we have V.Rose coming to you, a song titled Not So Average. Check it out.
Picture perfect, everything so magazine. I mean, I'm stuck in a world where I can't just be me. So what if my nail polish always chips? So what if I prefer to wear my kicks? You know, models aren't really models, women are modeling. Why don't you tell me something? Cause what I'm really wondering is how long do you expect to be following? The way you're gonna win, always trying to fit in. So I'm saying, hey, doesn't matter what you say, hey, we gon' do it God's way, hey, cause I'm just your average, not so average, hey, so tell them it's okay, hey, you know what to say, hey, I'm just your average, not so average, hey. If I don't got everything they have, I'm the prettiest, you can ask my dad. Go ask him. Cause I'm not gonna spend my life chasing that. So what if I'm not a cheerleader? And so what if you don't even like my band? So what? I'm gonna be happy with whose I am. So let me tell you something. You're more beautiful than them. Cause who you have inside of you is part of him. And trying to be a star like them, it's not the way you're going to win. Stop trying to fit in. Now we're singing, hey, it doesn't matter what you say, hey, we gon' do it God's way, hey, I'm just your average, not so average, hey, you tell them it's okay, hey, and we know what to say. Just your average, not so average girl. I'm just your average, not so average. The only way to shine like a star is to realize who you are. Created to go far. Really doesn't matter what you look like if you have Jesus on the inside. He's everything that you need in your life. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey yo, we bang bang boogie, then up jump the boogie, and my chain hang rockin' the royal blue hoodie. Yo, you plain Jane rookies, take note and listen to me, cause you lames ain't shooting a thing. Your aim's crooked now, suicide, do it to death. Go get a casket and shimmy danger. Yeah, oh dirty has it, mix it with dirt and get a classic. Muzzle on the dragon, hustle to get the cash in. Yeah, yep, theory has it, still hood, truth hurts, baby. Lord fire don't feel good. Back by the homie though, you fell for the okie doke. Y'all was on that bull for a while, I call it rodeo. Them one test, but I surprised them like a pop quiz. Ill, my results came back positive.
toss the fake in the fiery lake. Annihilate all the liars and snakes. The higher the stakes, the bigger the beef. But nobody wanna vegan with them. So I compromise and eating them. See, church boys all eager to speak, reaping the beat. Dirt Floyd, one season the beat, bringing the heat now. You see, this ain't something new. No, this is something old and dirty. 1, 2, 3. And if you missed it, I was the one who ran with thugs, packing me a biscuit. Not really, but it did sound cool. All I did was puff line, chase skirts, and did school. Make moves to the studio booth before Pac got shot. The second time I was fulfilling my youth with crack sales, rocks the fiends, sacks of green, raps and beans. Before my mama found my weed stash, Granny prayed for me so much she had some knee pads. Addicted to the street life, no rehab. Dirty South native, I'm born filthy. The block's hot, I finally got knocked, I pleaded guilty. The darkness brought comfort. I was Will Smith trying to get at me bumper. Carlton kept blocking, but they jocked since I was young. Serving butter, having things bringing me numbers. Playing with keys that couldn't see Stevie Wonder. Or could it be simply the streets took me I couldn't breathe, my soul was deep into a slump. Or could it be simply the evil is amongst us? It's dirty.
The music is a lot different than the last one, but I think it's good.
It's more youthful, I think, than the other one. It has more songs for the youth. We think it's going to appeal more to the youth.
To the younger
There were probably a few songs.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Me neither. I mean, I don't even know.
I think so. Okay, let me bring it.
Why did I even say
that? Let me bring it in a way so that you can understand it.
Yeah, because she's not saying it quite.
She's not saying it quite right.
It's rubbing in the wrong way, and I don't know why.
You got rhythm, you got lyrics. Light as a feather. You know, it may not weigh anything on a piece of paper, but when you hear it, it'll, you know, hit you right in your heart.
We're so excited about Musical Revival, the album, because the kids have evolved into great lyricists and great musicians, and man, I'm excited to play this music. I really am. I'm excited to play this music and to sing it, and the only thing that I really want is I really want the Lord, the presence of the Creator, to just channel. We want to channel His presence, His love to people.
Limited in mind, limited in body, ruler of our own domain, claim false authority, like we're the ones who rule and reign. The mentality of the majority is more than metaphorically morphing into a misinformed form of who we were born to be. Torn between blind perception and divine reality. Our dreams are built on a faulty foundation of fallacy. This will be our fatality. It's simply a formality. See the casualties of war laid on the floor of the battle scene. We worship how we feel, we don't worship who we should. Yeah, we got it bad. And if God calls it bad, we call it good. We covet what others have, grab whatever we can, whatever we want. We think it belongs in the palm of our hands, going along with the song and the dance. Worshiping idols to fulfill our entitlement issues. Addicted to the feeling we get when we get what we want, so we pick and we choose. Even the air we breathe is a gift we receive that we think we're entitled to. Even the air we breathe is a gift we receive that we think we're entitled to. They say you get what you deserve, so we work hard to earn it. Earn as much as we can to determine our self-worth and purpose. Identified by what we buy, it's a sad state of affairs. And when we die, we lose it all and just lay there naked and bare. But none of this stuff can cover us. No, it never was enough for us. Nothing we can work for to obtain can wash away the stain. The only thing we're entitled to is judgment for the lives we led. There's nothing we can hide behind. In the end, we need grace instead.
King Culture and the project that they want to do with the children in Congo is similar to the project that I want to do following my football career, and actually during my football career, which is help children with their education and help children in athletics and making them become the best overall person that they can be. And here goes Beautiful Eulogy with King Culture.
Reflecting the inaccessible light, expressing the excellent essence of Christ. Words echo in the trenches where trespassers tremble in fright. Consider this a preemptive strike. The eminent saving a remnant from every nation and tribe, making our faith alive before we vaporize from the fatal lies whispered in the wilderness, in the middle of a war, so take sides. It's psychotic to stand against the true God with a straight jacket on and your shoes untied. Your mind is gone, but so is mine. I saw the signs, cause the sovereign Lord is kind, and that's why I draw the line between raps I used to write, talking about myself, but now self must die. Set aside, sire. Nara, tomorrow's not promised. On the gospel, I'm dependent for salvation. It's a privilege to proclaim and defend it.
Beware the worst is near, open up your third eye, listen with your third ear. It's like the thriller video, evil is lurking, so I link with the same power that took the feet from the serpent. Satan got tricks up his sleeve and it's working, but ain't it funny how a king can step in, defeating his purpose, leaving them nervous. Send me the beat and his curtains, I lead the people to worship him. Royal, loving and merciful, he's the king of the coast.
We were the influence for centuries, but left Babylon. Escaped from our eminence and ran for the very hill we built upon. With the raps around the corner and the world clock winding down, Christians abandoned position and wait for the trumpet sound. Mr. Elephant in the room, assuming you use intelligence. We lose cause we privately engaging but socially irrelevant. We become the evangelical ghetto, developing our own lingo, so the church becomes isolated and God incognito. So why you separating sacred from secular and miss the chance to advance the kingdom of God because they disrespecting you? It's time we capture the art, not to censor it, but become a mentor to it. Speak fluid and stay true to it, only to restore through it. And wave the banner in a manner that's not only possible to redeem the influence on the culture, but at the same time present the gospel.
Wait a minute, who invented in the beginning in his image minds? And men and women before sinning could limit it, then it shine. And blemish his design, render it as rhyme, and bending in the crime to benefit the swine and fitting the divine. Militant resign, repenting and refine because we been it dine. And watch his word make us all new because we in a bind. We down here praising dust cause it spit a rhyme. Before El Christ rock bells to dinner time. Break threw fork down at the scrimmage line. Every coach rushed the throne for a sip of wine. Intertwined in divine blood-bought offense. Freedom rings, the lawyer called to drop the charges. And at the cross is where the judge saw they swap the corpses. Now every color's in his hand, like a box of markers. The rock is gorgeous, tidal waves couldn't stop applauses. Yeah.
One of the most dangerous terms in English diction. If it could be translated into audio, it would sound like from the saxophone of Lisa Simpson. Two words designed and strategically combined to form the biggest oxymoron in the history of mankind. Almost. But see, as far as the world's concerned, you could live your life foul and could almost get away with murder if you have a nice smile. You could almost meet folks just to almost sleep around, then stop at your local clinic. Well, you almost had a child. See, almost is no stranger to Satan. Here's proof. He only tells lies when they're almost the truth, and it's amazing. In our incompleteness, we find complacence. But if almost is one of Lucifer's many traits, then we are inadvertently good at Satan impersonations. But on the contrary, Christ did his job fully, and he proved he was God when he died on the cross like it was his duty. And to pardon my iniquities that I committed rudely, he resurrected from the grave just to tell death to excuse me. But excuse me, this is your life, and that's something I can't impose on. But your body is God's home, which wasn't loaned to get foreclosed on. See, an almost Christian looks right but lives wrong. Can't stand the conviction in Romans, so they sit down to be comforted in Psalms. Never understood worship, but love to sing songs like I surrender almost. Because it's far too expensive for you to spend your life on something that doesn't appeal to your five senses. See, nowadays Christianity's like a Louis rag. No functional use, but we just rock it because it's stylish. Not righteous, but right-ish. So now all God sees is a pile of Ishmaels when he intended for Isaacs. And we're moved by how we feel, so we're saved when we feel like it. So technically we've never really been saved, we merely tried it. So no wonder why we're never sold out when we return it after we buy it now. Let me break it down, because you need to beware that your life could lack the very standards that need to be there. Because on that final day of judgment, while God's receiving his air, will he say, son, well done, or medium rare? Because even by worldly standards, it'll be highly insane for you to start spending all of your money days before you almost get paid. Like parents, you wouldn't send your kids to a school that's almost safe. And ladies, would you really date a man who claims he's almost straight?
no middle ground. So a halfway life is unprofitable to you. Because after all the Sunday services, Bible studies, and prayer meetings, and everything that goes between, God will say, I never knew you. But that's not even the worst part of living your life as neutral. It's that you were once Arctic, but it's your warmness that is causing him to spew you. And this is the very thing that had me. I was bound and held down by the unforgiving gravity of my spiritual reality. I was a Christian, or at least I portrayed the fantasy, with a filthy personal life, but God bless you, brother. How you doing, sister? Personality. I was a male, enveloped by guilt because I was stamped a sinner. I said I was a male, enveloped by guilt because I was stamped a sinner. My message couldn't be received because I didn't represent the sender, yet I was almost delivered. Till that one day that I totally, absolutely, and completely surrendered, I took heed to a modern prophet who proclaimed it was time for change. Now I'm no longer bound to sin, point blank, off the chain. You could ask Umar Abdul Muttalib. He'll tell you the same. You don't almost go to jail when you almost blow up a plane. Like you don't almost go to hell when you almost get saved. Despise the cross that he was slain and thus the cause in which he came. But don't worry, I'm almost done. But before I leave this stage, we have all worked in sin and death was minimum wage. I said, we've all worked in sin and death was minimum wage. But if it wasn't for Christ, we would have almost got paid.
Ain't no way
Thank you for watching our very first episode of No Excuses. Once again, I'm your host, Ajan Cross, and I hope that you have a very blessed day. And hey, if you're ever in the city of Atlanta and you feel like watching a good football game and watching a good defensive lineman like myself, you should come to Bobby Dodd Stadium and enjoy the show. Thank you.
We'll be right back.